So sincere and the love that we have made. I lived in fire and drowned in rain, lost myself as I saw my name, chased different stars like they held the key, till the silence softly said to me, never again confuse the world with the source of joy inside. It's not in praise or touch or gold, it's the stillness where I hide. So I choose this joy not for a season, but always believing a one and only son. I choose this joy as my decision, 'cause all distractions had me undone. I'll become a mirror for what they're needing, even when they're drifting, bleeding. Reflect the inner voice reminding what so many unaware are seeking. I've witnessed their rise and then their fall, and I've done the same behind my wall. But now I stand and lay bare my hands, cracked and bleeding from building with the sands. From today I'll always know that heaven's not beyond the sea. It lives within each breath I take. It's who I am, myself, it's me. So I choose this joy not for a season, but always believing a one and only son. I choose this joy as my decision, 'cause all distractions make me undone, and I'll be a mirror of what they're needing, even when they're drifting, bleeding. I become the voice reminding what so many
All right, guys. I am finally on. I spent a lot of time this morning working on, as I said in the chat, the API. The scoreboard that you see on the screen, it automatically pulls all of the data from the MLB website. According to ChatGPT, the reason that it hasn't populated any info yet is because it typically doesn't start pulling information until just a few seconds before the game. So all I can say now is fingers crossed. I will say this. Yesterday, after the game was over, I spent a lot of time working on this API, and I was able to get it working for yesterday's game after the game. So it was pulling, it was pulling all of the info for the finished game yesterday. And according to the changes that we made, it's supposed to pull this game data today within a few seconds of, within a few seconds of the game time start. So we'll see how it goes. We'll hang in there. By the way, this is Geaux Stros, and I'm glad to see you guys here today. I'm going to try to restart this right quick, just to try to make sure it's refreshed. Okay, it is. And all I can do now is just wait. And I need to set up my preview window for you guys, so whenever there's a play, you'll be able to enjoy some of that. Yeah, the preview window is loaded, but it's off center. I'm going to have to fix that. Seems like I have to sneeze. I finally have my first piece of Astros gear hanging up. It's my Craig Biggio shirt right here. You guys see it? This is my vintage Craig Biggio shirt that I found when I was in Kagoshima, Japan. My girlfriend pointed out that there was a vintage shop, and she said, maybe you can find a cool shirt there. And I said, there were a lot of sports shirts. And I said, if I'm lucky, I'll find an Astros shirt, maybe an LSU shirt. And guess what? I found both. Can you believe it? I actually found a really nice vintage long sleeve LSU shirt and this vintage button down short sleeve Biggio shirt. Okay, I think I've got my preview screen kind of set up correctly. How about that? How does that look? Pretty nice, huh? Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Sergio says, I'm looking forward to it. Bless you. No, bless you. Thank you for the help. Thank you for being so supportive. I appreciate that very much. It also helps me getting the extra messages or notes. By the way, I did get your email. Thank you. I just didn't have time to send a proper response. Like I said, you know, every day here at the house, I'm really busy. As you can see, I've got clothes hanging up in the background. It's because I got my washing machine hooked up yesterday. I was very happy about that. So I washed a bunch of clothes. They're hanging. Some of them are hanging outside, but most of them are hanging inside the room here. The reason is because there's a lot of rain outside right now. The game API is not updated yet, so I'm a little curious about that. Probably going to have to change something in the code again, but I can do that on the fly. with the API, with the ChatGPT. Looks like Altuve's in left field today, and Diaz is behind the plate. Caratini will be the DH batting 7th. Otherwise, it's Pena, Paredes, Altuve, Diaz, Walker, Myers, Caratini, Smith, Rogers. But the White Sox, of course, are batting first. Their first batter to face Fromber is Chase Meidroth. Meidroth is at the plate. First pitch is on the way. Right in there, in bottom of the zone, 93-mile-an-hour sinker for strike 1. Strike 2. All right, let me get back to the screen here. Hey, look at that. I can show you that last pitch right here. Look at that. Swing and a miss. How about that? 3-pitch strikeout to start the game off. That brings up Miguel Vargas. First pitch is on the way. A low. Ball 1. I'm trying to get my code updated, so the information on the screen is going to be a little off. I apologize, but like I said, it's a work in progress. I'm trying to get it straightened out. Here's the next pitch. Swinging a foul ball. 1-1. Casey says, heck yeah, Biggio, my favorite before Altuve. Biggio was awesome. Next pitch is just a little low and inside. Diaz tried to frame it, but it bounced off of his glove. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Low and inside again, 3 balls and 1 strike. So after a 3-pitch strikeout, he comes back with a 3-1 count to Vargas. Here comes the next toss. That's in there on the outside edge for strike 2, full count. Come on, Fromber. Got 11 people following with 12 likes. That's good. Thank you very much, guys. Glad to have you here. Here comes a full count pitch. Fouled off. Here comes the next pitch, another full count. Ball 4 above the zone, so Vargas is going to be on. Main JS. Let's see here. Very first pitch to Austin Slater is fouled off. 0-1. I'm trying to update my JavaScript file so that I can get the score and the information on the screen properly in the name of the Sox. Fouled off. 0-2. 1 out, 1 runner on for Fromber here in the first inning. Next pitch is in the dirt. Runner scoots back to first. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fromber gets a new ball and rubs it up, gives it some love. If I seem a little distracted, this is because I'm trying to update the JavaScript code for my scoreboard here. I'll get it eventually. Next pitch is just a tad outside for ball 2. The count is even to Austin Slater. Timeout by the batter. Okay, it says I need to replace this JavaScript, so that's what I'll do. That's what I'll do right now. That next pitch is a foul ball. I'm sorry I'm not showing it on the screen. I'm trying to fix this scoreboard. You guys can see what I'm looking at right now. Very difficult to figure out, but luckily it's mostly copy and paste for me. That ball was ripped into the dugout over there, the White Sox dugout. Count remains 2-2. Multiple foul balls by Slater. I'm glad that I selected a smaller cup for my coffee today. It'll taste better on the second cup, I think. Fouled off again. The sinker. Slater making Fromber having to work. Making Fromber have to work, rather. Here comes the next pitch. The runner is going. He's stealing, but there's another foul ball. Go back to first, buddy. Looks like he's limping. Maybe he slid too hard. "18 pitches now for Fromber. He's working up quite a sweat. He's only got 1 out. He really needs that ground ball right now. That precious ground ball for that double play. To Pena, it'd be nice. In the dirt, 3-2. Wow, can you believe this? Fromber starts off the first batter with a 3-pitch strikeout. And now he's over 20 pitches with this one. Here he comes. Swing and a miss. He finally gets the strikeout. What an at-bat for Slater. Dropped right under that bat. Two away, runner on first. 21st pitch of the game. Physical error and a mental error by Brendan Rodgers. Okay, so they're going to give a hit. They're going to give a hit for that one, which makes sense to Chiaro, but an error to Rodgers that allowed the other guy to get to third, Vargas. And now Luis Robert Jr. is hit by pitch. He gets hit on the very first pitch. Now bases are loaded. Fromber, what a strange inning now. Look at this, just barely inside on his foot. Yep. Can't see it there, but it's on his back right foot. So Robert Jr. goes to first base. Bases loaded just like that with 2 outs. 23 pitches now for Fromber. What kind of a strange first inning is this? Next batter is at the plate. Tim Elko takes strike 1. Elko is a rookie. batting 164 so far this year. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Tries to get it with that half swing, fouls it off at the plate, 0-2. Hey, Brendan, good to see you. Thanks for checking in. Hey, there we go. Got him on the curveball. The rookie goes down with bases loaded. That's the guy you want to face. If you have bases loaded, you're Framber Valdez, you have 2 outs with bases loaded, you haven't been doing so well. Who do you want to face? The rookie that's never seen you before. 3-pitch strikeout. So he starts the inning off with a 3-pitch strikeout. He works himself into all sorts of trouble, and then gets out of it with a 3-pitch strikeout to the rookie. Of course. What a strange inning. Whew. Well, the Astros get out of it, luckily. 0-0. Let me go back to this coding right quick. Try to get this straightened out. We'll see if... what do I need to do here? Give me a moment, guys. All right, cut that. Put it back in. Why is it showing the Cubs? Do you guys see that? Are you guys seeing that on the screen? Does it say Cubs? Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? It's showing the Cubs. That's definitely not the right game. Okay, let me show the chat what's going on here. The Cubs game. Oh man. I need to get the right game pack. A game pack is the game ID. All right, I need to search the right game pack. I apologize, guys, but I'm trying to get the right game pack. The right game ID number is what that is. The game ID number. 777527. With a couple of guys on, but Walker flies out and strands them. That's kind of typical for Astros first inning. Get a guy or two on, strand them. But let me go back to this scoreboard. I got to go back to the scoreboard and get that worked out. Try to get this done. Okay. Come on, ChatGPT. I need you to go a little faster here. Let's see, team. Okay, I think I've got the right one. Okay, guys, I think I have the right game number finally. I think. Give it a try. Save that. Now I need to refresh it in my Prism software, and it should be correct. Yes! Yes! How do you like that? I told you I'd get it fixed. I told you I would get it fixed. It only took me 2 innings. And I apologize for the annoyance. But this is what I was looking at. And I know it doesn't mean anything to you guys, but up here there's a game ID right up here, and the game ID was wrong. So I had to get that straightened out. But we are back. We're back, baby. Fromber already has 2 strikes on the next batter. Joshua Palacios. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fouled off. We're cooking with gas, guys. How do you like the new scoreboard? How about that? So we've got the batter at the plate. We've got the pitch count. We got the outs. Hey, strike 3. They're going to call that a swing and a miss. How do you like them apples? Wow, look at this. That ball was in the dirt. Palacios could not resist. He had to go fishing. Okay, now I can finally get caught up on the live chat too. Next batter is Michael Taylor. One ball, no strikes. All right. Quite happy to get that worked out. Here comes the next pitch to Taylor. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. I'm going to move this screen down. I don't know why it moved. There we go. That's better. Here comes a 1-1. Grounded at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. What's going on in the live chat here? What did I miss? So much stuff that I missed, I'm sure. Let's see here. Yeah, Philip, I really would like to have some fajitas, man. I miss me some good fajitas. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 33 pitches now for Valdez. 1 away so far in this inning. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Taylor. Little check swing. Did he go? Oh, yeah, baby. Another check swing strikeout. Back-to-back check swing strikeouts for Mr. Fromber. Fromber Valdez with another strikeout. Yeah, Sergio. I had the Cubs, the Twins, everybody, the Rangers, everybody but the White Sox on the screen. It was just a matter of getting the right game ID. But finding it, for some reason, just was not an easy task. There we go. Basically, ChatGPT told me that you can set up the code. Vinny Capra is at the plate, by the way. 0-1 is the count. But I was told that you can code it to where it would automatically get whatever today's game ID is, but it wasn't working, so I had to go manually get it. That's going to be down for a hit. Opposite field single by Capra. Cam Smith brings it in. So 2 outs, runner on first. 29. I think I've been affected by the Japanese speakers here. I was about to say 20 line instead of 29. 29 people following, 23 likes. That's awesome. That's already up there. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate you. Chase Mydruth is at the plate. Here's the pitch. Ooh, that should have been a strike. On the inside, ball one. Just so you guys know, now that I have this API set up, I don't have to update any of the information that you see on screen. The only thing that I got to figure out is getting that base runner thing to light up properly. It's not showing. That's just a little inside. Two pitches in a row that were right on that inside line called a ball. But it basically means I don't have to manually do the pitch count, the outs, any of that stuff. The score. Done with all of that. I'm so happy because this information is pulled directly from the MLB website. Strike one delivered to Mydruth. 2-1 is the count. Here comes the next pitch from Fromber. Hey, good job, Pena. A 4-up and 3-down inning for the Astros, for Fromber and the Astros. I want to take a look at this on the screen and check out you guys' comments. And I can make myself my second cup of coffee. I can do that right now. The water is right here. I've got my hot water bottle. This keeps my water hot, so I don't have to keep reheating the water. I have two different types of water kettle here. Well, you could say I have three types. Maybe even four. Yeah, I have four types of water kettle here. I have the very old traditional type that you can actually put over the fire. You can put it over the fire. I have what's called an irori. Have you ever seen the fire pit in a Japanese house? If you have a very, very old Japanese house like I live in, this house is 200 years old, by the way. It's 200 years old. And in the room in there, in the floor, there is kind of, I guess in English we would call kind of a fire pit. It's a big square in the floor. It's covered by wood. You take that wood out, and it was built with stone and clay, hardened clay, and then it's filled with ash or like sand. I'm sorry, sand, not ash, sand. And then you use that to put hot coals, and you can cook over that. And you hang your pot or your food above it. You can also put food on sticks and put the sticks in the sand, and it will cook your food like chicken or fish or whatever, things like that. But I have a pot like that you can cook over the fire. That's one way. Second way is I have a kettle that you can put on top of an electric or gas stove. That's the second way I can heat up water. The third way is to use, well, I don't have it over here, but it's just a small electric kettle. It makes enough for 2 bottles worth. And then I have a big large electric. Once you heat up the water, it stays hot, but it takes electricity because, you know, once it heats up the water and once it boils the water, it stays hot by using electricity. But if I use this, it just keeps it hot for many, many hours without electricity, so it's much nicer. Jake Myers is at the plate, takes that pitch in the dirt for ball 2, 2-1. Here comes the next pitch. High fastball, swing and a miss. Myers has dipped below 300 on his batting average right now. If Myers stays, I would say, I would be happy if Myers stays at least at 275 for the entire season. But having Myers anywhere near 300 by the end of the season, going into the playoffs, that would be freaking awesome. Here's the 2-2. Check swing on the outside. They say he did not go. All right, second pitch, or next pitch rather, coming. Grounded down the third base side. Second cup of coffee moments away from enjoying my reward for doing all of that coding work. Thanks to ChatGPT, I'm a coder. Here's the 2-2. Hit up the middle. Is it going to get down? Right fielder and center fielder over. Almost run into each other, but center fielder puts it away. Robert Jr. Myers goes trotting back to the dugout. Nice little drive. Just happened to be people there. One away. Victor Caratini coming to the plate. First pitch to Caratini. Whoa. That looked a little high and outside, but called strike one. I'm going to continue tweaking the scoreboard a little bit, guys, in my free time after the game today to try to make it look a little nicer and get those base pads working. Victor Caratini hits it to center field. Looks like that will be also playable by Junior. And it is. Out number 2. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to try a little half and half in this one. Cam Smith comes to the plate, batting .251 for the season. Only 3 home runs, which is kind of surprising considering his power. Swings and misses the first pitch. 4-seam fastball. Where's my stir? There it is. He's got a mini hitting streak going, apparently. 4 games. Here's the pitch. Fouled off. 96 in the top of the zone. 35 pitches now for Davis Martin. Here comes the 1-2. 0-2 rather. Fouled off again. 96 right in the heart of the plate. Charles says Astros for the win. Geaux Stros kick Ars Fromber. Absolutely. Nets 1, Sox 0. Swing and a miss. Strikeout. And that's out number 3. Martin picks up a K on Cam. Cam is not able to crank it up that time. Down goes Cam. Let me roll down the... Let's roll down the live stream here. Sergio says the Nets are doing a good job. The Nets. Caesar says Stros assemble back in business. Love the scoreboard. Thank you, Caesar. It took a lot of work. You can see if you were here at the beginning of the stream. Even though I got most of it worked out, the layout was there, the information was there, but it was just pulling from the wrong games. So I finally got that worked out. But right now the base pads are supposed to light up whenever there's a runner on. It's not a problem with getting the information. The information is coming in, but it's not displaying properly, so I have to work that out. BitDog says, crap, Altuve left field, Rogers second base are... Yes, I agree. I'm with you on that. Sergio says, dealing with power outages on the island this evening. Oh, man. I don't know how it goes with power outages, but being in the countryside like I am, I understand having issues. You know, luckily, I'm getting closer and closer to being what you would call off-grid. I am dependent right now on gas for hot water. That costs me 2,000 yen a month. If you're wondering how much that costs in dollars, it's about $14. $14 a month for gas. I don't use it for cooking. I just use it for hot water. That's pretty cheap, right? Everybody else, probably everywhere else in the world, right? thinks that's really cheap just to pay $14 a month for 0-2. I'm still not used to not updating the information on screen. I keep wanting to click something. Hey, there we go. Strike 3. Low and inside with that curveball. Nasty. Fromber gets a nice strikeout on Robert Jr. 2 away. Runner on first. Tim Elko back at the plate. In the dirt. Tries to golf it. Unable to do so. He is still stuck in the sand trap. It is now 0-1 rather. Shoot says, what the hell is Myers doing? Yeah, I was kind of wondering what was going on when he fell down to the ground. It looks really bad, and then he gets right up. It's like either you're really hurt or you're not. But then again, you never know. Foul ball, 0-2. Valdez is up to 55 pitches. And the third inning is not quite over. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Will it be an Elko KO? No, he grounds it down to third, but that's just foul. Hey, we're almost at 30 likes on the live stream already. That's great. Up to 27. Thanks so much, guys. 27 viewers and listeners. 27 likes. I like you. Oh, that reminds me of a song. I'm going to sing it for you guys. And if you can tell me what movie it comes from, then you'll be awesome. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. In the dirt, ball 1-1-2. The song goes like this. If you like a me like I like a you, then we both are like the same. Does anyone remember what movie that's from? 1 ball, 2 strikes. To Elko. Fouls it off. Count remains 1-2. This very day, I like to say your name. It's from a comedy movie. A very well-known comedy movie, I think. But it's way back in the day. Here comes the 1-2 again. Hey, there we go. LKO. Elko with the LKO. Fromber picks up another strikeout. Guess what? That's 8. 8 freaking strikeouts for Fromber Valdez in just 3 innings. Can you believe that? Think about that. In 3 innings, to get out of 3 innings, you need 9 outs. He's got 8 strikeouts. That means that almost every single one of his outs have been strikeouts. He is throwing his butt off right now. Right at 40? Right at 40 pitches already. Kind of a high count, but man. Whew. 1-0. The White Sox are up over the Astros with 4 hits. Astros with 1 hit so far, and they've stranded some runners on base. Let's see if they can turn it around in this inning. I think that they can hit Martin. I don't think that Martin is a difficult guy for them to be hitting. Sergio says, hopefully Myers doesn't have any lingering effects from that contact with the wall. We definitely need him at center field. If you go back and you watch the replay, when Myers came down and landed like flat against the wall, his legs and everything were straight. And that can hurt your knees. And I think that maybe, because as soon as he hit the wall like that and then he fell down on his face like he got knocked out, I know it looked a little strange, but I've had situations like that happen before. I played a lot of sports, and basketball and baseball were the 2 main sports that I played. And I can tell you from experience, primarily from basketball, because you're jumping so much and coming down so much, if you aren't sure about where you are in the air or where you come down and your legs are too straight and they're not prepared for it, you can come down awkwardly and you can have a lot of pain just suddenly. and then it's suddenly better. So I'm not going to judge Myers about when he fell down. He probably had a moment of really sharp pain, and then he went down to the ground, and then after that immediately felt better. I had that happen. That type of thing happened to me several times, and just a really sudden acute pain, and you go down, and as soon as you're down, you're like, oh, I kind of feel better. But what tends to happen is you're sore after that for a few days or longer. Mel Wood says, is it under the bamboo tree? Mel, it is not. I can give you guys a hint. It has Steve Martin in it. He's the one singing the song. All right. Well, as soon as I come back to the game, Rogers grounds the ball to the first baseman, who takes it himself for out number 1. 1 away. Jeremy Pena is back at the plate. He hits this one to the third baseman, and the third baseman goes crazy. Vargas. I don't know how to explain what just happened with Vargas, but let's take a look. He goes after this ball. It's hit right at him. He stumbles at first. The ball takes a funny bounce, and by the time he tries to grab it, he does the splits. That's so difficult to explain. It should be an error. They're saying it's an error. So Pena's on first base. They throw her to first base. He's back. No problem. Vargas is his own worst enemy, it looks like. Paredes is at the plate. First pitch is on the way. He fouls it off. Vargas with the theatrics. Fighting himself on that one. The result is an error, so we have a 1-out base runner with the flash on. Paredes calls timeout for a moment. 0-1 is the count. Oh, 1. Pitch from Martin on the way. Low and outside. Good take by Paredes. Pennies from Heaven. It's not Pennies from Heaven. Sergio says, when I think of Steve Martin movies, my mind goes straight to The Jerk. Yeah, The Jerk is famous. Of course. But this other movie is not as famous as The Jerk. But it is 100% classic. It is a classic. 2 balls and 1 strike to Paredes with that pitch. Here comes the 2-1 toss from Martin. Low and outside, ball 3. Maybe Martin a little afraid to put it in the zone on Paredes. Might give the Astros the lead. Altuve on deck, rubbing his bat up. Here's a 3-1 pitch to Paredes in the dirt, ball 4. Doesn't give him anything to hit. After that first hit that he fouled off, he decided not to throw it in the zone. So the Astros have 2 runners on with 1 out. Superman coming to the plate. Jose. I like how I see these same people, this same group of people. This is an Asian family. They come to these games. They were at the game yesterday, and they're holding up the Jose Altuve face and sign. Altuve was walked on 4 straight pitches. He tries to bunt it, fouls it back. Surprise bunt by Altuve. That was not a bad idea. Altuve's average back up to 270. He's been pulling it back up. Martin comes off the mound, fakes a throw to second. The count is 0-1. Altuve had 4 straight pitches for a walk his last at bat. He's finally getting something to swing at here. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Hey, look at that! Right into left field. That's going to score Pena. Hey, it might give him a lead. Predis is around. He's going to make it in. Yes, he is. A double for Altuve. Jose Altuve does it. He rockets it right down the third baseline. The third baseman can't get to it. There, Vargas. 2-1, Astros up. Second base runner, Yainer Diaz. Altuve's going for 3. Had a little disconnect there for some reason. Look at that. Throw got there, but it would have been a little late anyway, even if he got the tag down. Diaz at the plate with 1 out and Altuve on third. 2 balls and no strikes to Diaz. What an exciting inning, man. Freaking love me some Altuve. That's what I want to see for the rest of the season. I just want to see Altuve owning everybody. All the way through the World Series. That's what I want to see. I want to see an Altuve MVP in the World Series. Here is the 2-0 pitch to Diaz. He fouls it out to the opposite field side. Sergio's It's Not Pennies from Heaven. Batista Torre also asked that question. Brendan says yes. Okay. 2 balls and 1 strike to Diaz. Hey, out to right field, all the way out to the wall. Is it going to be gone? No, it's in the gap, but it's off the wall. That will easily score Altuve. He can jog home. He can walk practically. Diaz all the way to second with a double. Another opposite field hit. I'm telling you, that's Yainer's spot, guys. That is Yainer's spot. Opposite field, right center field. That's the area that Diaz owns. I've been saying it for several games. Diaz is constantly hitting it to that area out there. That's where they should be playing him, but they don't get it like I do. That's what happens when you watch the same team game after game after game, and now they're having a little meeting on the mound. They're like, hey, this is kind of getting away, you know. We thought we had a chance here, but you're kind of blowing it. Astros coming through, driving in their base runners. 3-1. Good job, Mr. Diaz. 2 hits for Diaz today, a single and a double. Altuve with a walk and a double. Three runs in the third. How about that? Now it's Christian Walker's turn. He comes to the plate. I have a feeling he's about to get his own hit. He's over 1 today with a flyout. But as the song says, it don't mean nothing. Outside. Martin is going to be shy now. 94 miles per hour. Way outside. Darn, my second cup of coffee is already gone. Here's the next pitch. Fouled off. 94 right in the zone. Come on, Mr. Walker. One and one is the count. Here comes the pitch. Low and inside. Martin misses with the changeup. Sergio says, go Astros. Heck yes. Go, go, go. Let's go. All the way to the moon. 2-1 pitch. High and outside, but a swing and miss by Walker. The 94-mile-an-hour fastball getting him to go, so the count is now even 2-2. Come on, Walker. Only 3 hits for the Astros today, but 3 runs. That's efficiency right there. Here comes the 2-2 pitch from Martin. Way high and outside, even too far out for Walker to swing at. Not that Walker is much of a chaser. He does strike out too often, but it's not typically way out of the zone. Here's the full count pitch. Grounds it foul. Stays alive. Staying alive. Staying alive. Can we get rid of Rogers, please, says Brendan. I'm Very unhappy with Rogers. He's like a placeholder player right now. He's there, and that's about it. Here's the full count pitch. Swing and a miss. That's what I'm talking about. Strike 3 on Walker. That ball was on the outside of the zone, but it was a strike. And Walker was not able to get the bat on it. That's how Walker usually strikes out. He usually strikes out. Now, first of all, he strikes out too much. And second of all, he strikes out with balls in the zone. He doesn't chase too much. That's a big problem. Jake Myers is on a mini bad streak, 0 for 7. First pitch to him is on the outside of the edge, 0-1. But Diaz is on second base. We still have the opportunity to score some more runs here with Mr. Baseball at the plate. Come on, Myers. You can do it. Get yourself a hit here. Ah, he goes for that one out of the zone. 0 for 2, or 0-2 rather. Here's the slow motion Jake Myers practice swing. Is he going to take it? Usually when he calls timeout, he does it. There we go. Yes, he does it. He usually takes the slow motion practice swing whenever he practice swing, whenever he does the timeout. Strike 3. So Jake Myers goes down looking on the fastball, up and out. But the Astros come up with 3, and they are in charge of this game now. Davis Martin getting owned by the Stros, especially by one Mr. Jose Altuve with that rip. Holy cow, man. What an inning. Exciting stuff. Exciting stuff. I am so happy that I don't have to update any information, guys. Now, not only do I not have to update this information that you're seeing on the screen manually, I was doing all of this before. The score, I had to update manually. The top and the bottom of the inning, I had to update manually. Balls, strikes, outs, all of that, I had to update manually. The stadium, the venue, I had to update manually. All of these things, every single day, I had to update manually. Don't have to do that anymore. Big, big help. But now, not only do I have that automatically updated, but even the batting info, the batter at the plate, with his information and his portrait, it comes onto the feed automatically. It's pulled for me automatically straight from. But it not only saves me time, it actually is saving me money. And here's why. Because I paid money for a year's subscription to a website that just does scoreboards. And the scoreboard, even though it's supposed to be customizable, it was not easily customizable. It wasn't working properly. But now that I've got this setup going, all I have to do is make some minor tweaks to continue to improve the layout. But the information is getting pulled properly. And what I learned is you can't pull the information directly from your own software at home. It's not allowed. It's blocked. But you can set up a proxy server from home that automatically updates the information every 5 or 10 seconds. I set it to 5 seconds because I want you guys to have the most updated information on screen as possible. So as soon as it becomes available, it's available to you guys within 5 seconds at the most. So you're getting the information on the screen right now. You're getting the most up-to-date possible information you can, really, about the game. That's true, according from MLB itself. The MLB Game Day Information API Tracker. Joshua Palacios is at the plate, fouls it off for strike 2. I need to clear my throat and cough. All right, I'm back. Didn't take but a moment. 0-2 is the count to Palacios. Here's the pitch from Fromber. Hey, he goes golfing. Down to a knee. Are you proposing to Fromber? 3-pitch strikeout. Look at that. Another strikeout. That's number 9 for Fromber. Wow, look at that curveball. Fromber strutting off the mound. Down to a knee. Will you marry me, says Palacios. Fromber says, get out of here. 1 away. Next batter. Man, that ball almost came out of Cam's glove. If you guys were watching the replay there, it went in, and that's what we call a snow cone, right? When the ball goes in and you barely catch it on the tip of the glove, it almost came out and touched the grass. Whew, that was close. Saved a run. Ended the inning. Nice. 5 hits for the White Sox, the dirty White Sox. 1 run. Astros have 4 hits, 3 runs, and 1 error. That error courtesy of Brendan Rodgers. We're already at 34 likes on the live stream. That's awesome, guys. Is it because of the API? Is it because I have the new scoreboard up today? Is that why? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe so. Oh, let us know the name of the end of the... Oh, maybe I can show you guys. Maybe I can show you. Let's see. I think I can show you. I can show you the clip. Yeah, I'm going to show you guys. I don't have the audio. Oh, maybe I can. Oh, I can share that. All right. Back to the game. Victor Caratini is at the plate. Has 1 ball, no strikes.
Victor Caratini leads things off.
Next pitch. A little inside. Ball 2. Oh, there was a pitch violation on that first ball. That's why. I see. Let me go back to my headphones. Third pitch is ripped foul. Actually, it's technically the second pitch. First pitch was a pitch clock violation. 2 balls and 1 strike to Caratini. But yeah, The Man with 2 Brains is the name of the movie. The Man with 2 Brains. This one's tapped to first. Elko can take it himself. Caratini grounds out. That's a nice, pretty view right there. Look at that sunset in Houston. That's beautiful. Beautiful view. Cam Smith is at the plate, takes that first pitch, holds back. 93 above the zone. 1-0 with 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the 4th. Here comes the pitch. Outside and in the dirt. Cutter. 2 balls and no strikes. Sergio, thank you for reminding me about the movie. I forgot to tell you guys that earlier. It's kind of difficult maybe to guess that. Smith grounds to third. Long throw. He's got it. So Vargas Vargas doesn't make any circus plays that time. 2 away. Cam goes back to the dugout. And that's going to bring up Brendan Rodgers, our hero. Brendan, your favorite player, is at the plate. Swing and a miss on the 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Strike 1. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Right in there, 94 miles an hour. Takes it for strike 2. 69 pitches for Martin. Here comes the 70th. It's on the way. Swing and a miss. Brendan Rodgers goes down on 3 straight pitches. Swing and a miss. Taking a strike. Swing and a miss. Just like that, the Astros go down. 3 up and 3 down. So we have the really nice 3rd inning. Thankfully, nothing doing in the 4th. Martin will get to live to see another inning. Framber Valdez doesn't get much of a break. He's at 73 pitches. 52 of those have been for strikes. He's going to be facing Miguel Vargas in just a moment. Sergio says, I believe Martin was born in Houston. I loved him on this side. Yeah, Martin was always good everywhere. Everything he did was funny. Oh, according to the online, it says he was born in Waco, Texas. Wow, in 1945. The year that the war ended. Right? The big World War II. Wow. August 14th, 1945. That was just after the bombing of Hiroshima. Literally 8 days after. He was born after 8 days after the bombing of Hiroshima, which is where I'm at. I'm in Hiroshima. I'm not in the city. I'm in the countryside, but same area. Pretty interesting. Fromber Valdez. Fromber Valdez. Apparently, I'm changing his name. Back on the mound, facing Miguel Vargas. First pitch is a strike. Next one is hit way out there into right field. That's going to be down all the way to the wall, at least a double. Cam gets over there. Vargas is hustling. He's going to go for 3. Rogers does not throw. Cam had to go all the way into the corner to get it. By the time he brought it back in, he got in with a triple. First pitch to Austin Slater is fouled off for strike 1. No outs and a guy on third. Sox threatening to chip into this lead that the Astros have. Slater has 2 strikeouts today. Let's see if he can get a third one. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Little high, 96 mile per hour sinker. That sinker rose. That was a roser. A riser. Somebody hates those cans. Here's the next pitch. Swing and a miss on the inside. Beautiful curveball. That's what he should have thrown to the last batter instead of that changeup. Batistore said, did you say once that you have a channel about your house? Yes, I do. I can share that link with you in just a moment. Got a couple of updates. I can show you guys my outdoor shower. Fouled off again. The count stays 1-2. The main name of my channel is Akia Kominka Life, and Akia in Japanese means empty house or unoccupied house. This house was empty for a long time. Fouled off again. Curved ball. Doesn't quite get past him. Batistore, that's my channel about my house and my life in Japan. Here comes the next pitch. Low and outside, ball 2, 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the 2-2 pitch to Slater. Ooh, he doesn't go after it. He doesn't chase it. That's the strikeout pitch right there. That nice curveball. But he didn't go after it. 3 balls and no strikes. Let's see what he does here. Full count pitch. It's on the way. Fouls it off. You know, it kind of feels like this is just a for the White Sox batters, it's just a matter of waiting to see if the ball starts off really high, then you need to swing. And if it starts off and it looks like it's going to be in the zone, then you just let it go. That's like the best opportunity you have. Here's the pitch. Hey, strike 3. 97 mile per hour sinker. It's difficult, man. It's difficult. Strikeout number 10 for Framber Valdez. Little shoulder shrug after that toss. 1 out. Runner stays on third base. Mark says, checking in, chatters. Checking in. Good to see you, Mark. First pitch to Yokiero is a strike. He's 2 for 2 today. He's got 2 singles and an RBI. The only RBI so far. Here's the next pitch. Low and inside. Ball 1. 1-1. Sergio says my autocorrect has a mind of its own today. It often does, right? Here's the next pitch, the 1-1. Ground ball to the right side. It's going to get through, and I'll score runs. Another single. 3 singles for Chiaro today. He has got Framber Valdez's number, that's for sure. 3 singles. 3-2. Astros lead down to 1. Just right through the hole there. Easy peasy little hit there. Hey, easily thrown out. 1 away, just like that. Isaac Perez is due up. I really appreciate you guys being here today. Can you believe we're already at 39 likes? I'm almost at 40 likes on the live stream today. That's freaking awesome. Just need 1 more to get to 40. First pitch to Paredes is low. 4-seam fastball missing the mark. Man, I can't believe that. It's been a rather relaxing day. Nice calm movement all the way up to 40 likes. Next pitch is in the bottom of the zone for strike 1. 1-1. The sinker finding its mark. I really appreciate you guys getting the likes up to 39 already without me even asking. Uh-oh, Paredes gets into one. It's all the way out there. It's going to be gone. Right underneath the Planet Fitness sign in left center field. All right. Another home run as the Astros fans celebrate. Heck yes. Paredes is not satisfied with that tiny lead. Decides to put the Astros up by 2 with that solo shot. He socked the ball right into the left center field wall. Right over the left center field wall. They just said that that's the closest Paredes has ever hit a home run to center field. He is a puller. He is a puller. Jose Altuve at the plate. 1 for 1 today with a double. The count is 1-0 to him. Uh-oh, Altuve goes out to the wall. And the very next pitch, he's going to have himself another double. He's hustling. Is he going to get in there? He slides in, no problem. 2 doubles for Altuve today. Heck yes, he's got the big smile on his face. Yeah. Does he stick the tongue out? I don't know. We'll see. This is the replay for the Paredes homer. Right in the middle of the plate, the 4-seam fastball, and Paredes just punishes it. That's right. Man, it's not going to be much longer before they get the relief pitchers warming up in the bullpen. A homer and a double. Yainer Diaz at the plate. He swings at the first one. It's hit high on the right side. Is it playable? No, it goes into the crowd, thankfully. Foul ball, 0-1. Can we see that Altuve double again? I mean, Paredes' homer was nice, but I want to see that double. I want to see the preview or the replay, rather. 0-1 pitch to Diaz. He hits this one right up the middle. Altuve's going to get to third. Good play by the second baseman to come over and throw out Diaz. Look how tall he is there. That's so funny seeing him standing next to these guys. But Diaz moves Altuve to third base, so Christian Walker comes to the plate with an opportunity to put another RBI on the board for the Stros. I have a good feeling that's exactly what's going to happen. I never really noticed this, but Isak with the bleached hair. It's funny looking. First pitch is low and outside to Walker. 4-2 Stros. Stros going to be 38-30 today. Let's keep the runs going. We need to punish the Sox. High and outside, ball 2. Martin may be afraid to pitch to Walker. Walker can put it out in the stands too. 40 likes on the channel. Thanks, guys. I'm starting to wonder, we've got 4 more innings of baseball. Is it possible to get to 50 today? That would be a record for this year. In the dirt. Ball 3. 3-0. Good take by Walker. Good at bat so far. There's those nice golden locks. Isak Paredes. 3-0. Altuve on third with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. That's right in there. 3 balls and 1 strike. Come on, man. You can do it, Walker. Altuve has done some serious work this game. 2 doubles, a stolen base. Three balls and 1 strike to Christian Walker. 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss up and in. The 93 miles an hour pitch. Full count. Walker shakes off a couple. Now he's got what he wants. Here comes the full count pitch. It looks like it's going to be a fly out to the second baseman. He's underneath it. Puts it away, no problem. So that's out number 3. At least Walker didn't strike out. But Paredes gets the Astros another run with that shot to left center field. 4-2 Astros. 6 hits for the Stros and 4 runs. 7 hits for the White Sox and 2 runs. Astros with the much better run production. Typically, it's the other way around, but yesterday and today, it's been opposite, right? It's been opposite. I would say opposite day, but yesterday and today. Yeah. It's been completely opposite. Let me do a live on my YouTube screen to see what's going on here. Make sure everything is looking good. Yeah. I think it would be nice to get... It has a glow on it. The scoreboard has a glow on it, but it would be nice if it were like kind of pulsating instead of just static. The scoreboard is completely static. It's not dynamic, but it would be cool to have dynamic screen, dynamic scoreboard. Casey says, good job, Paredes. Absolutely. And double-double, free hamburgers from Altuve after the game. Sounds good. 24-year-old Altuve is back for at least this game. I'll take it, says Sergio. That's funny. He's playing like it, isn't he? Get the double, immediately steal third. Heck yes. BitDog says, great channel stats today. Thank you. It's taken a little bit of work, but... You know, I went all in on spending a lot of hours working with ChatGPT on getting the coding so I could hook to the MLB website API directly and pull the live game stats. So it updates every 5 seconds. I'm running my own server, my own host server. By the way, Sean Dubin is on the mound for the Astros now. Fromber is out. Makes sense, though. He's in the mid-90s on his pitch count. First pitch from Dubin is on the way. Misses with ball 1 on the fastball. Here comes a 1-0 pitch to Palacios. Swing and a miss. 79 mile per hour curveball along the zone. Good toss. The only thing that I don't like right now that I noticed, besides the base runners not showing on the screen, the actual batter stats are not showing up properly. This one's hit opposite field out into the stands. Count remains 1-2. It's pretty interesting that neither Brian Abreu nor Hader have been on the mound at all in this series so far, so they've had plenty of rest. High and outside, ball 2, 2-2. Yeah, so the batter picture, the batter name, is being pulled correctly, but their batting average, their homers, RBIs, not showing properly, so I have to look into that. Check swing. They say he holds up. Full count. All right. Nice cup of coffee. My last cup of Lion coffee for this batch. That one's hit high in the air. Is that going to be playable? Paredes is underneath it. Should be. Puts it away, no problem. Out number 1. First out for Dubin. Next batter is Michael Taylor. Here's the first pitch to Taylor inside the fastball, missing just by a few inches. 95 miles an hour on that toss. I need to grab myself some more paraphernalia. But that pitch is out of the zone for ball 2, 2-0. This is not my permanent broadcasting space. I want to be in the other room in there, but it takes time to get it set up. Now that my water is fixed, I can take a shower. This one's hit hard in the air to right center field. Cam is underneath it. Puts it away for out number 2. No problem. 2 fly balls. 2 outs as Toshman is retired. Vinny Capabara comes to the plate. First pitch to him on the way. A little outside for ball 1. The Swiffer missing its mark. Vinny Chupacabra hits this one right at Paredes, a rocket, but he picks it up and fires over to first, no problem. Another Gold Glove catch right there. 3 up and 3 down for Sean Dubin. That's the kind of 6th inning I like to see. Astros up 4-2. Hanging on to that lead. Interesting. They're showing Jeremy Pena's horoscope information. They come up with some of the strangest stuff. You see that? They're showing this horoscope for Jeremy Pena. September 22nd, 1997 is his birthday. Oh, I had 40 likes, but somebody took their like away. Now I'm back down to 39. Can you believe that? If you guys have not liked the live stream, please do so. Get me back up over 40, please. I would very much like that. I haven't liked the video, which I just did, but my like doesn't count. Not really. It's funny because you guys can see it. If I like the video, you guys can see it, but I can't see it, and it does not update on my analytics. So I find that funny. It's like YouTube is trolling me. That's what it feels like. 407 subscribers. I picked up one more, apparently. Welcome in, whoever you are. Thanks for joining. Dubin has been very reliable, says Sergio. Yeah, I would say he's been, I would say 75 to 80% reliable. He's been satisfactorily reliable. BitDog says about the scoreboard, home team on the top left, innings the same. Home team on the bottom. I think you mean visiting team on the bottom. Is that what you meant? Home team on the top left. And you said home team on the bottom. I think you meant maybe visiting team on the bottom. Otherwise, pretty nice. Maybe rotating a rainbow colored border. A rainbow colored border. I'm not sure I want to touch that one. Myers is at the plate. Takes that first pitch with a check swing. Ball 1. The cutter missing the mark. Martin is still on the mound. He's up to 84 pitches. Here comes the next toss. Swing and a miss. 84 cutter in the bottom of the zone. The count is 1-1. Yeah, basically about the scoreboard, BitDog, it takes time to work that out. Myers hits this to right center field. Should be playable by Robert Jr. And it is. That's a fly out. Myers goes back to the dugout. I think 0 for 9. Myers is about 0 for 9 right now, his last 9 at bats, so he's got a mini bad streak going. Victor Caratini, the Batman himself, coming to the plate. First pitch in the dirt, ball 1. '88th pitch of the game. Here's the 89th. In the dirt again. 2 balls and no strikes. I have a feeling that if he walks Caratini, or Caratini gets on, they might have a pitcher warming up in the bullpen. They don't have anybody warming up right now. Caratini fouls this one off. The changeup. Okay, Brian King is warming up for the Astros. Likely he'll be in the 7th inning. He's their main 7th inning guy. Here's a 2-1 pitch to Caratini. Little high. Good take. Ball 3. 3-1. My final cup of Lion coffee. Whoo, this is a strong cup. Strong cup. I could probably add some hot water to this. Weaken it up a little bit. Here's the 2-1 pitch. 3-1 pitch, I'm sorry. Oh, Caratini hits it off his leg and he goes down. He's back up, kind of walking it off. He fell down like a Jake Myers. He went down like a sack of Jake Myers. Oh, my leg. He went down like a sack of Jake Myers. For those of you who don't understand that, you didn't see the play earlier. If you saw Myers in center field earlier, you'll get the joke. Hey, there we go. Fair ball off the... All right, that's probably going to go down as a hit. He rocketed that ball down the first base side. One bounce, bad bounce, hit the first baseman in the chest. Man, he couldn't even get the glove on it. One bouncer line drive shot. That ball bounced right up into the chest of the first baseman, and Caratini is on second with 1 out. Heck yes. Now, Cam Smith comes to the plate. Crank it up, Cam. He bounces that to third. He's going to get thrown out at first for out number 2. So the very first pitch, he grounds out. Caratini is forced to remain on second base. That brings up everybody's favorite batter, Brendan Rodgers. Third at bat for Rodgers today. Here's the first pitch from Martin. Swing and a miss. 94 right in the top of the zone. Good pitch to go after. Bad result. Ground out and a strikeout today for Rodgers. 0-1 is the count. Here comes the toss. Another swing and a miss. 87 mile per hour cutter in the zone. Hittable. "44 likes on the channel. Awesome, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate that." Here's the next pitch to Rogers. Wow, that was actually taken for a ball. Just a little high above the zone. 94 mile per hour fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs. Caratini on second. 1-2 pitch to Rogers. Right in the zone. He fouls it off. The 93 mile per hour fastball. BitDog says, "No problem, bro. We have the rest of the season plus the All-Star break." That's right. I just have to work with the AI on getting the code right. Low and outside. Ball 2, 2-2. It's kind of a balance between getting the correct information from the website, making the layout just right, and making everything function correctly. Hey, hit hard to left field all the way out to the wall, to the warning track. Oh, just shy of the wall. Brendan Rodgers threatens to hit it off the wall. Comes up just a few feet shy. That's disappointing. That's disappointing. Brendan Rodgers almost with an RBI double off the wall. Just a few feet shy from glory. And I'm gonna go heat up some more water because this last batch of coffee is good. I wanna pour one more. I'll be right back, guys. Go Stros. Interesting game this has been. Nah. Brian King is on the mound for the Stros. Field, but into the stands for foul ball. I mean, he went after that first one, a four-seam fastball. Oh, I need to change the portrait. Good old Brian King. That next pitch is in there. The Swiffer. They've already got Brian Abreu taking some warm-up pitches out in the pen. Here's the next pitch. High fastball, 92 miles an hour. Fouled off. 0-2 is the count. That's hit hard to left. Backhand. Can you believe that? Who says that Altuve can't play left field? Wow. Maedroth was robbed by Jose Altuve. The first pitch to Vargas is a ball. Here comes the next pitch. Little outside. 91 mile per hour pitch missing for ball 2. 2-0. Here comes the pitch from King. High and outside, ball 3. 3 straight outside pitches for King, 3-0. Jordan, I agree with you. I'm rainbowed out too. I hate that the rainbow has been taken over. We need to reclaim it. It's going to take time to get over it. That one's in there for strike one. 3-1. That's why I don't like what they're doing with what they call the Astros Pride Night, where they're doing all these different colors. It doesn't look like Astros Pride Night to me. It looks like a different kind of pride. Fouled off. Full count, 3-2. If people can live however they want, that's my opinion. You can live however you want. But why do we need to be forced to go out and celebrate other people's preferences, other people's personal sexual preferences? I don't go out. We don't have big straight pride marches and things. We don't need that stuff. Just let people do what they want to do in private. Foul ball. Count remains 3-2. I don't want to be forced, and I won't be. I won't be forced to do so-called pride. What's to be proud of? I'm a straight male. I like women. I don't have any pride in that. It's just the way it is. Fly ball into left center field. Myers is underneath it for out number 2. Now think about that. If I'm a straight guy, I don't have any pride in that. It's just the way I am. But one day I realize I'm not a straight guy. I'm a gay guy. I like other guys. And then suddenly I'm supposed to have pride in that? I don't really understand the logic. Just live your life. Do what you're going to do. Fouled off by Miguel Vargas. I'm sorry, Austin Slater. Austin Slater is at the plate. No balls, 1 strike with 2 outs, nobody on for King. Here comes a pitch from Magnum PI. Just a little what? Whoa, that was a strike. But they call it a ball? That was clearly completely in the zone. They called a ball. 1-1 is the count. Umpire going a little crazy there. That's in the middle of the plate. The Swiffer finding the mark. 1 ball and 2 strikes. I'm sorry. Altuve erasing time out there. Yes, he is. Just a little outside. Ball 2. The count is 2-2. King moves so much faster than Fromber. He wastes no time. I have to get used to his speed whenever he comes in the game. Don't have time for chit-chat. Just a little outside again. Full count, 3-2. 2 away, nobody on. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Austin Slater. What will Magnum PI come up with on this pitch? It is a 4-seam fastball, but fouled away. Thanks, Jordan, on the nice scoreboard comment. Still working on it, but it's getting there. Jordan says, I like dull colors. Yeah, don't need too much. Don't need too much. Strike 3. Slater strikes out. That's 4 strikeouts for Slater in this game. Fromber and King have his number. We go into the bottom of the 7th in just a moment, guys. The Astros winning 4-2. Four to 2. Jeremy Pena is due up in just a few moments. I think my hot water is ready. I'm going to go in there and grab it. I can hear it boiling right now. I'll be right back, guys. Go Stros. All right, we are back. Once again, the Astros get to start off the inning with the top of the batting order. They're going to be facing a new pitcher, Dan Altavilla. It's kind of an interesting name, Altavilla. It's probably going to be a hit. Even if he had picked it up, he would have had it. That's going to be 7 hits for the Astros. The Sox and the Stros are now tied up in hits. We have a really good stream going on today, guys. Thank you, all of you who have been here for a long time, who joined from last year, who joined from this year, and people who've just come in today. Thank you for being here. My goal right now is to really build out what I'm doing with the channel to make it more streamlined and professional. I've got so many things that I need to do in order to make that happen. First pitch to Paredes is a strike. It's 0-1. Here's the next pitch. He grounds that one to the third base side. They're going to go to second and then to first. It looks like they've got the double play. That's not good. That's not good. Paredes should have beaten that throw. But as he was running to first, it looks like he hurt himself while he was running. Yeah, he stepped wrong. Yeah, he's limping down to the dugout there. That's not good to see. It looks like he stepped wrong while he was running to the bag. I don't think it was hamstring, Bit Dog, because I think he would have gone down. He would have had a much bigger reaction if it had been the hamstring. I think maybe he just stepped wrong. Jose Altuve comes to the plate with nobody on, 2 outs. Here's the first pitch. He goes after it very aggressively, fouls it back. 0-1. Altuve having a really great day today. Walk, 2 doubles, stolen base. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Way outside. The slider. Missing. 1 ball, 1 strike. Let's keep this a rainbow-free zone, says Sergio. No pastel uniforms, please. We'll let the Mariners and the Giants flash those fashions. Absolutely, I agree. We don't need any of that nonsense. Paredes is walking around. He's still moving around, so he's not sitting down. Here comes the 2-1 pitch to Altuve. That's in there, 96 miles an hour on that fastball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Where's Paredes? He's in the dugout right now. Jordan is Hulk. Yeah, but he's scared Hulk right now, I guess you could say. He's Marvel scared Hulk. Marvel movie scared Hulk. Ball 3, 3-2. Full count on Altuve with 2 outs. Here comes the 3-2 to Altuve. Hey, another... No! I thought it was going to be a hit. I thought for sure that was an opposite field hit. But they were playing him over. The first baseman was playing him over. Almost an opposite field single for Altuve, but he lined out to the first baseman who just happened to be in the right spot. He played Altuve really well right there, thinking that Altuve might go through that hole if he were to hit on that side, and he did. Lucky, lucky, lucky for the Sox right there. So we go into the top of the 8th. This game is tied in hits and errors. 1 error and 7 hits for each team, but the Astros are up 4-2. Man. Jordan says, I like the rainbows when Nolan Ryan was sporting it, but basically for sports teams, I like basic brick red colors. Brick red, my favorite, which no one else likes. Altuve is a 4'11 Batman would be funny. Robin would be a foot tall. Can you imagine Batman being smaller? Rogers would be Robin because he's robbing us fans. That's funny, Bit Dog. Yes, that's true. Him and Jacob Melton. Maybe he would be the villain. Melt on. Melt on! I have more hope in the fast guy than I do Rogers. Yeah, Wheelbite, I hope Paredes is okay too. I think he just stepped wrong. I think he'd be okay. Because it didn't look serious. It just looked like he stepped wrong while he was running. BitDog says, sorry I brought it up. Just trying to be creative. Oh, it was funny, BitDog. Don't worry about it. Altuve, does he have to be Mighty Mouse? Maybe Speedy Gonzalez. Speedy Gonzalez. But if he's Superman, that would be Mighty Mouse. That would make more sense. Prayers for Paredes. I think he's going to be all right. He looks all right. He's still walking around in the dugout. So let's see if he's still in the game. Brian Abreu is on the mound now for the Astros. No surprise there. We're back in the game. 29 innings for Abreu, a 1.55 ERA. 37 strikeouts in those 29 innings. He is facing Edgar Quero. Quero has 3 singles today. First pitch goes to the backstop. It looks like Dubon is taking over at third base for Paredes. So Paredes is out. Next pitch is fouled back. 1 ball, 1 strike to Quero. 3 for 3 with 3 singles. Let's see if Abreu can shut him down. He's a completely different pitcher than Fromber. I don't think Quero can handle him. That's my guess. Here's the 1-1. 98 miles an hour outside, ball 2. Ice it down, says Mark. Yeah, he probably does need to ice it. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Right in there on that outside edge, 97 miles an hour. That's the pitch that I think Quero can't handle, is that fastball of Abreu. Abreu's got an arm. Drop a 99 mile per hour pitch right in there in the top of the zone. Here's the 2-2. 98, he was trying to. Full count, 3-2. He was trying to do exactly what I was thinking. I think he's going to get him here. Here's the pitch. Robert Lewis Jr. is at the plate, and the very first pitch he hits out into left field. So single. 1 pitch, 1 single. 1 for 3. That's his first hit of the night. So we have a base runner with 1 out here in the top of the 8th. That brings up Tim Elko. Elko has been getting owned today by the Astros pitchers. Cam playing third? Oh no, Jordan. He's never in the infield. He's always in right field. Okay, they're not going to let Elko bat. Benintendi is going to bat, so now they're having a little meeting on the mound to discuss the change. A 1-out hit. Guy on first base. The meeting on the mound is adjourned. We'll have the first pitch to Benintendi in just a moment. Andrew Benintendi batting .242 for the season. Jordan says, I think Paredes is okay. I do too. Yeah, Arriba, andale. I used to watch all those cartoons when I was a kid. All right, Benintendi steps up to the plate. First pitch from Abreu on the way. In the dirt. 85-mile-an-hour slider missing for ball 1. Mark says, I saw the funniest Looney Tune cartoon yesterday. Bugs had Elmer so mad he wanted to out of his contract with Warner Brothers, took his clothes off and walked out of the cartoon. That was creative. That's in there. 86-mile-an-hour slider. The count is even, 1-1. Jordan says if Paredes had to come out, Cam might play third. If not, he should. I don't think so. Dubon is at third. I'd rather have Dubon there. It's not because Cam can't play third. It's just because Cam has been consistently out in right field, and suddenly put him at third is a big change. Dubon is more used to doing that. He can handle it better right now, I think. All right. Foul tip into the glove of Diaz. Strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cam cannot easily make the adjustment from right field to third base right now, I think. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the next pitch from Abreu. The second out there, the double play, but great play by Dubon, who gets the line drive out. Benintendi's pinch hit, opposite field bid is put away. Out number 2. Good play by Dubon there. Joshua Palacios is at the plate. Abreu goes over to first base. First pitch to Palacios. Fouled back on the 98-mile-per-hour fastball. 0-1. After this game, I'm going to make a drive to the family Italian restaurant. They have a really great lunch. Just a little high and outside. Misses by maybe an inch or two. 97 miles an hour. 1 ball, 1 strike. There's like a family-style Italian restaurant with a drink bar. And all of the food items on the menu are really affordable. Check swing. Did he go around? Looks like he did. Too far. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Seemed obvious that he went around, but whatever. 45 likes on the live stream. 5 more, and I'll have a record for this year. 50 likes on the live stream would be a record for 2025 on my channel. So exciting. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Heck yes. Jose Abreu. Jose Abreu. I'm still thinking of Jose Abreu. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Brian Abreu with the strikeout. Guys, did I really just say Jose Abreu? Unbelievable. What am I thinking? Maybe I know why I said Jose Abreu, because it was a strikeout. And I was thinking Jose Abreu strikeout, right? That's why. Brian Abreu gives up 1 single and retires the other 3 batters for a solid 8th inning. So right now the Astros relievers getting the job done for Fromber. Fromber finished 5 innings. Dubin got us through the 6th. King got us through the 7th. Abreu got us through the 8th. I would imagine that we're going to see Mr. Haterade in the 9th inning. The Astros are up right now 4-2. Going into the bottom of the 8th, we have another opportunity here to add some insurance runs. 33 people listening or watching on my live stream right now. Thank you so much for being here. As you can see on the screen, actually I think the likes on the screen, it's not updated properly. Yeah, it says 35, but that's incorrect. Oh, that's people watching. That's right. That's views. I'm sorry. I don't have my likes on the screen. I need to add another widget for the likes on the screen. But right now, the likes are at 46. So thank you so much. Just 4 away from 50. That would be a milestone for this year. Getting 50 likes on the live stream. It's a big deal. One of these days I'll be looking forward to hitting 100 likes on a live stream. But my plan is to continue to make everything nice and streamlined, look nice and easy to read. Even my background, my room, my entire setup and everything, I want it to really be nice for you guys. But it takes time. I'll get it done, I promise. Yainer Diaz at the plate takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. Grant Taylor is on the mound. I need to change the pitcher name. Grant. Whoops. Yainer has another hit right up the middle. Single. As I'm typing in Taylor's name, I missed the pitch, but that's okay. Rocket right up the middle for Yainer. He continues to perform well today. The smile on Cam Smith's face earlier after he made that catch. It was funny. He was all serious and everything after he made that catch, but a few moments later, he's like laughing and smiling. It's pretty good. Christian Walker's at the plate. No outs. Runner on first. Low. Taken for ball 1. 90-mile-an-hour slider. Walker's 0 for 3 today. Fly out. Strikeout. Fly out. 1-0 pitch from Taylor on the way. Whoa, almost took his head off. Almost crowned him. Crowned him king of hit by pitch. Crown him king of hit by pitch. Well, if you're going to get hit in the head, you might as well get hit in the helmet. It's not going to hurt if you get hit in the helmet. Unless it's in the ear hole. Hey, look at that. Christian Walker with a single up the middle. What do you know? He wants to join the party, and he does. We got a single party going on here. Singles event. Singles event in the bottom of the 8th. Diaz and now Walker. Did Daikin Park schedule a singles event for the 8th inning? Hey, everybody, come down to Daikin Park in the bottom of the 8th. It's a singles event. Myers got his invitation, apparently. Let's see if he shows up. First pitch is high, 98-mile-per-hour pitch. Ball 1. Singles event. That's funny. I like that. I crack myself up. Here's the next pitch. In there, it's hit out to right center field, but that's going to be playable by the right fielder. No tagging. So, Myers had his invitation to the singles event, but he decided to decline. I guess he's the family man, you know. He's the family man. He's not going to get involved with a singles event. Victor Caratini comes to the plate. Is he a playa? Is he going to show up to the singles event? Or is he going to bring his wife? If he gets a double, that means he's showing up as a couple, right? Here's the first pitch. First pitch is way high. A little bit inside. 95-mile-per-hour cutter, ball 1. Singles event. I can't stop thinking about that. That's funny. 48 likes on the channel. We're 2 away from 50, guys. It's going to be a record. A world record. Here's the next pitch. Right on the outside edge. 86-mile-an-hour curveball. That was a good pitch. Caratini took it. He took it like a man. Well, the man would actually swing the bat. 1 ball, 1 strike. No outs. 2 runners on. Woo, low and inside. 85-mile-an-hour curveball. Those curveballs wreaking havoc on Caratini right now. Some haterade going out in the bullpen. One ball, 2 strikes. Next pitch from Taylor on the way. 100 miles an hour, but above the zone. I don't know why, but that was called a curveball by the MLB readout. 100-mile-per-hour curveball, really? Here comes the 2-2 pitch. 99 fastball. Swing and a miss. Caratini comes to the singles event, but he strikes out, so he's going to go home single. 2 outs now. I think earlier I misspoke and said there were no outs, but that was incorrect. 2 away, 2 runners on. Cam Smith comes to the plate. He's a young guy. He might want to show up to the singles event. Let's see. 96 low in the zone. The first person he talks to is a strike. Strikes out with the first person. 0-1. 96 in the bottom of the zone. Here comes the next toss. 98 right in the middle of the plate. Fouls it off. 0-2. Man, that was a good-looking pitch. 38 people following along right now. 48 likes, guys. 2 more. Get me to 50. Come on. We're almost there. We're right at the end of the game. Smith calls timeout. I'm really looking forward to putting on some clean clothes and going to have some nice lunch after this game. Come on, Stros. Cam cranks it up on that 100-mile-per-hour pitch, fouls it off. The count remains 0-2. The high fastball. Difficult pitch to hit. Here comes the 0-2 again. So the Astros strand 2 base runners. That's disappointing. They get a runner on first and second right off the bat. Back-to-back singles and then strand them. 49 likes on the live stream. 1 away from a 2025 world record for me. With 50 likes on the live stream. Let's take a look at the comments right quick. Mark says this was a 40s or 50s cartoon. Wow, that's pretty old. Jordan says, I'm glad I got to grow up with Warner Brothers rather than Barney or the Sponge thing. Well, I can't hate on SpongeBob. Obviously, SpongeBob is not as good as it used to be. But when SpongeBob first came out, it was really good, and my daughter and I would watch it together, and we would laugh. My wife hated it. My ex-wife. She hated it. But then again, she didn't understand anything me and my daughter did together. We played games together. We went to movies together. We did everything together. And she would never take part in that. She would just always say no, 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 no. She would just let us. But me and my daughter became really, really close. And then my wife told me one day that she was jealous of our relationship. Can you believe that? Your wife tells you that she's jealous of the relationship you have with your daughter. The daughter that you had together. And I told her, you could be part of that, but you always choose not to be. But guess what? She ultimately took her and left. And the court gave my daughter to her. That's one of the reasons why I left America. I'm not saying that to be negative. I'm just saying it because that's what happened. So don't get me wrong. I'm not being negative about it. I'm just saying that's what happened, and it led to my decision to leave the U.S. That's one of the things. It's one of the reasons why I left. Just couldn't see my daughter. And as she was growing up, she began to respect me less and less. She started treating me badly. It wasn't her fault, and I don't blame her. She was affected by the people around her. But this year she will turn 25, and she hasn't spoken with me in 2 years. But maybe that will change one of these days. Hader is warming up on the mound. Just took his last warm-up pitch. He'll be facing Mike Toshman, I believe, in just a moment. Yeah, you're right, Sergio. 47, 48, 49 likes. One of them is mine. Yeah, you guys get to see my likes. I don't get to see my like. I can like it, but it doesn't show up in my stats. So right now it's showing 49. With mine it would be 50, but anyway. First pitch is on the way. Fouled off. 93 mile an hour up and in. The sinker getting strike 1. 0-1 is the count. Jordan says Hickory Hollow sounds so good. I had some frozen mussels and some seeds. Hickory Hollow? What is Hickory Hollow? I don't know it. Here's the pitch. A little outside. 94-mile-an-hour sinker, missing the mark. The count is even, 1-1. Speed dating singles night. Yeah, that's right. Speed dating. Hater's got the speed dating going on right now. That's in there. Strike 2, 1-2 to Toshman. Guys, I need one more like. If you have not liked the live stream, I would ask you to do so. Just one more like to get to 50. That'll be a milestone for me this year. A first time to get 50 likes. High. Just a few inches above the zone. Ball 2. 2-2. 50 likes. 50 likes right now on the screen. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much. This one's hit into right field. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? Hater gives up a home run to right field on a 2-2 pitch. A line drive home run by Toshman. 4 home runs. Just 4 home runs the whole season for Toshman. Fourth one coming at the hands of Josh Hader. So the Astros lead is down to 1. 4-3 in the top of the 9th with no outs. Glad that he was able to get it done. Gave up a couple of big hits, but luckily squeaked by. The Astros managed to do it. Holy freaking cow. Hader giving us a scare. I needed to drink some coffee, man, and let that one kind of sink in. Oh, good grief. Josh Hader scaring the crap out of us in the 9th inning. The Astros managed to barely pull off the win, 4-3 against the White Sox. 10 hits for the Astros, 10 hits for the White Sox. Good grief. Brendan says this is rare. Yeah, it's strange, man, this game. Whew. Fromber does get the win. That's right, Fromber winds up with the win. All of that work that the Astros pitchers did today, man, barely pulled it out. It was way too close. Considering the team that we were playing, the Astros should have done better than this, but at least they don't let it get away, right? They didn't let it get away. They locked it in at the very end. So as we always do, let's do a preview, or rather a review of the game, and then we will do a preview of tomorrow's game, guys. So the Astros win the series 2-1 against the White Sox at home. They dropped the first game, but they win the next 2. They destroyed them yesterday. And they barely squeak out a win today. So they used up most of their hitting and runs, or at least their scoring yesterday. They had 10 runs today, or 10 hits today, but not nearly as many runs as yesterday. But let's take a look at the scoring summary. I'll share it with you on the screen here. Let me get it in the middle of the screen. There we go. Okay. In the top of the 3rd, the Sox actually got on the board first with a single to right field by Chiaro. Chiaro had like 3 singles today. It was nuts. 1-0 in the top of the 3rd. But in the bottom of the 3rd, the Astros jumped on it. Altuve doubled the left, scoring Paredes. 2-1 Astros. So Pena and Paredes scored on that double. It was a great day for Altuve, by the way. Diaz came up right after that, doubled, also scoring Altuve. 3-1, the Astros took the lead, and from there they would not give up the lead. Top of the 5th, Carroll singled again, scoring Vargas. 3-2 Astros. And the bottom of the 5th, the Astros answered with a homer by Paredes, 4-2. And the top of the 9th, Hader had a little trouble shutting it down, giving up a home run to Toshman to right field, and then an almost other home run to who was it that hit that? I can't remember. Capra to left field. A double off the top of the wall that just barely missed being a home run by a few inches. But luckily, Hader was able to shut it down after that, and the Astros win 4-3. Let's go over here and take a look at the pitching summary for the Astros. Now, there's some information on the White Sox pitching there. Not as interested in that. Martin pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 runs. that was most of the damage that the Astros did against the. Oh, that was all of the damage really, because all of their runs came against the starter. In the 7th and the 8th, the Astros didn't do anything. So they had 3 hits, but they didn't get any runs. Let's take a look at the Astros pitching. Here it is on the left side, right over here. Okay. Valdez finished 5 innings, the minimal that you have to complete in order to get a win. He had 7 hits, or gave up 7 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 12 strikeouts in 5 innings. It sounds great, but his pitch count was insane. He pitched 95 pitches. You can see right here. I'm sorry, it's right there on the screen. 95 pitches in 5 innings. His ERA now is at 3.1. So it has come down a little bit. But man, it took him 95 pitches to get those outs. Crazy. Sean Dubin came in, pitched 1 inning in the 6th, gave up nothing. No hits, nothing. Good job. Brian King came in the 7th, had a strikeout, gave up no hits, and 1 inning success, right? Brian Abreu came in, gave up 1 hit in the 8th, and got 1 strikeout, no runs. So solid 6th, 7th, and 8th for the Astros relievers. Josh Hader came in the 9th, scared the crap out of me by giving up a solo home run, and then another one that was almost another solo home run off the Crawford box, the top of the Crawford box. A fan, it went right through the hands of a fan. If you see the replay, luckily the fan didn't touch it, but that would have been a disaster if the fan had touched that ball. Luckily, that double turned into nothing, and the only run that was scored was that homer. But 2 hits given up by Hader in the 9th. A little rusty there, it seemed like, but the Astros pull it out 4-3. You can, let me detach this so you can see right there. That's the final right there, 4-3. Now I think we can do a little preview of tomorrow's game. I think we go right into a game tomorrow. We don't have a day off, right? That's right. We don't have a day off. We go straight to Minnesota. Straight to Minnesota, guys. No rest for the weary. The Astros are going to be playing the Twins in Daikin Park. So we'll stay at home tomorrow for a 3-game series against the Minnesota Twins. Colton Gordon, as you see here, will be on the mound for the Astros. He got his first MLB win his last start, so looking forward to seeing him again this game. I think he actually went 6 innings. It's the first time he's gone 6 innings in any MLB game. So I also think that he had a record number of strikeouts. So most strikeouts, first 6-inning game, and first win in his last start. So Colton Gordon showing some good stuff for the Astros. He's going to be facing Chris Paddock. Paddock is 2-5, not such a great record. 3.53 ERA, over 71.1 innings. He's given up 58 hits and 22 walks. So it looks like, according to these stats, if you add these together, the hits and the walks, that's he's averaging, putting on at least 1 runner in every inning, somehow, either by walk or by hit. So the Astros have an opportunity to score some runs tomorrow, I think. That's my impression. And it should be a close game. Astros are favored just barely by 51%. 52% is the I guess you could say the matchup predictor on ESPN over here. But we'll see. Right now, the Astros are 38-30. If you look at the standings, I think we can take a quick look at the standings. Where are they? There they are. If they are officially updated on the screen right now. Let's go down here. There we are. Yeah, right now it says four games ahead. The Astros are 4 games ahead. It hasn't changed. You see right here it says Astros are 37-30, but that's incorrect. They are 38-30. But what did the Mariners do today? Have they played yet? I haven't. Yeah, they're not going to play until. Let's see. Oh, today? Did they play? Their last game was a loss. Was that today? Diamondbacks had a grand slam against the Mariners. That's hilarious. I love that. I love that. That game was yesterday. So the Mariners didn't play today. So we go up another half game over the Mariners. So right now the Astros, this chart is incorrect. Oh, now it's correct. Okay, it was just updated. Take a look over here. It's now updated. 38-30. The Astros are 38-30. They are 4.5 games ahead of the Angels and the Mariners. Heck yes, we are 4.5 games ahead. And if you look at our run differential over here, the Astros are now at plus 30. So they are doing quite a good job at outscoring their opponents. I think it's funny that the Rangers are at plus 23, but they've slipped 5.5 games out of first. They're down to next to last place, only ahead of the Athletics. That's pretty. Wow, they are minus 120. That's crazy. Whew. All right, that's all the information for today that I have for you guys. I just want to say thank you again for all the likes, the comments in the live stream, the support. Some of you guys have sent me some coffee donations, and I really appreciate that. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the 50 likes today. It's a record for me in 2025. Last year, towards the playoffs, towards the end of the year, I had my views take off, my subscribers kind of take off, and my likes on the videos take off because there was a big spike because of the playoffs and anticipation to the playoffs. But this year it has been kind of slow building. So getting to 50 likes on a live stream, I had no idea that was going to happen today. I wouldn't have guessed that. I would have thought 40 at the most, kind of like yesterday. But you guys helped me to get to 50, and it's all because of you being here that I'm able to have any kind of success with this channel. So I just want to say thank you very, very much. I will continue to try to get everything on the screen laid out to be more efficient. I want to continue improving your experience here. I want to make it as valuable to you as possible, while at the same time being efficient and enjoyable for myself. I want it to be enjoyable for everybody, comfortable, nice, enjoyable for all of us. One quick look into the live chat. Yeah, Rush Play says, phew, that's exactly how I feel about that 9th inning. Fromber gets the win. Haterade. Sergio says, tomorrow we have the Twins. The Twins have given up 34 runs to the Rangers in the last 3 games. Holy freaking cow, Sergio. That's crazy. It does look promising for the Astros. I agree. We'll need Paredes. Yeah, we do need him. Another great job, says Sergio. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Casey Jones says, cheers till next time, and thank you for the feed from Mark. Thank you guys again. That's all for today. I'm going to go have my nice lunch at the Family Italian Restaurant and have a relaxing day today. The only thing left to say, as usual, is Geaux Stros, and I will see you in Daikin Park for the Twins tomorrow. See you tomorrow.